Hello friends, welcome back, welcome to Living on the Edge. Today's video is going to be dedicated for my experience that I'm actually enjoying the past 6 nights on board the beautiful Celebrity Eclipse. And this video is dedicated for the retreat experience and just helping you to decide if it's something that actually worth for you, what's the benefits you might get with it, or perhaps maybe it's not your cup of tea. So you will be, of course, the decider of that. But yeah, so first of all, let's start with the room itself. As mentioned before, this category called the Sky Aqua Suite. And from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this category was relatively recently introduced back in March or April this year, 2024. And basically, this suite combines 2 products. One would be the Aqua Class rooms that we all will remember from Celebrity. And those come usually with more health benefits. For example, you have yoga mattresses in your room. Mattresses are a little bit upscaled, upgraded. You have binoculars. You have access to the Blue restaurant, which is the more healthy option, and more intimate dining. So from my understanding, Celebrity basically took the 2 products of the Aqua Class and the Sky Suites and merged them into this product, which called the Aqua Class Sky Suite. Now, it's very interesting because there are a few things that I actually didn't know they come with this suite. It wasn't really listed anywhere, and I was pleasantly surprised. But let's first of all start with my experience before even arriving to the airport, to the port. So first of all, several weeks before the beginning of this cruise, I received an email from the retreat team, and you basically been asked to sort of fill the form and share things you like, don't like, things you might maybe have a special request, celebration, things like that, just to help them cater this vacation to what might be best for you. So it's already really nice, and I appreciate that because it gives them time to actually get to know you maybe a little bit better even before you got here personally, and just to make sure that your vacation is very personal. So I really enjoyed that. I didn't have many requests. The only thing I asked, that was an option, again, not life concerning thing, but they asked what kind of wine or welcome beverage you would like. Normally it will come with a sparkling. I'm not personally a huge fan of sparkling unless it's one particular kind, and it wasn't listed there, so I just opted for white wine, and of course that's what I got. But yeah, so of course on the arrival, the embarkation day, I arrived to the port relatively early. I think it was around 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. I was dropped by my Uber driver at the entrance to the port in New Jersey, and I don't even know what to say about this process, but it was incredible. And the reason for that is because I was never so fast on board. Literally from entering the terminal until I was on the cruise ship was probably 10 minutes and maybe even less. There was a dedicated line for the retreat guests, which was very nice. 0 people there, even though the cruise ship, from my understanding, was actually fully booked. So I immediately went through my carry-on check, the screening. My boarding pass was scanned, and that's it. Welcome on board, and here I was. So literally before 11 a.m. I was already on board. Celebrity allows you, and not only on the suites, but Celebrity allows you to go ahead, at least as of right now, and drop your bags and carry-on in your room. They ask you kindly not to stay there because the room's still being in a preparation process, but it's really nice because you can drop your luggage or whatever you brought and just go and enjoy the ship without carrying, the tiny luggage and carry-on suitcases with you around the ship. So that's very nice. Now, so that was it, pretty much. No interaction other than that once you, of course, on board. And your room's supposed to be ready around 1:30 o'clock p.m. So I headed to my room back around 1 p.m. And yeah, everything was ready. The bottle of wine was there, the one I mentioned before. That was very nice. But then I realized that I have 3 cards on my desk when I entered. And first of all, I've had this card. I hope you guys can see. And this is Dylan. He's my stateroom attendant. Very nice to see. Then I had information about this person, and I will mention him later on because he's incredible. But John was basically my concierge. So basically concierge is your, I should say, your front desk. So it's the person who will take care of any need you might have, administrative, booking, stuff like that. He or she is there to make sure that you don't need to stay in line for the front desk or call zero and stuff like that. But my biggest surprise was, and I didn't know it really comes with this category of suites, is this guy. So, Tridip is actually my butler. I had no idea that this category of rooms comes with the butler services. Now, I read and heard things before, excuse me, and I know that the benefits are not necessarily exactly the same on all the ships. Some ships will offer butlers, some maybe will offer them from certain level of categories of suite and above, but I got lucky. I have a butler, so that's amazing. And yeah, so here was surprise number one. About 30 minutes after I checked in, was in my room, I actually explored everything, you know, before I filmed the room for you, just to make sure I know exactly where is what and I can show you stuff around. And what I was really, really impressed about is how branded the retreat is. And by saying branded, what I mean is everything in this room, from the things you get, from the extras, is basically saying you are special, you are in a retreat. And this is a very, very nice feeling, of course, when you're in a cruise. And just for an example, you have bathrobes, which are upgraded compared to any other accommodation I stayed on Celebrity. They all have this very cute, and I hope you guys can see it right here. It has this leaf right there, and that's how everything is branded. So that leaf is actually the trademark for the retreat. I really enjoy that. Several other companies has something very similar, and I really enjoy that. So you have the bathrobes, which are with this emblem engraved on it. You have even towels in the bathroom are all with that. Toothbrushes that you get in your room, again, they're all branded for the retreat. I probably forget things, but yeah, everything basically screams, hey, we're happy you're here, you're a special guest. So this is very, very nice. Now, about 20 minutes after I entered, Tridip, my butler, actually came over, introduced himself, told me the things that basically he can assist me with and what he's here for. And I really appreciate that, because I did have butler service before on other cruise lines, I have to say. And I was not 100% certain what I can use the butler for and what really is the purpose of butler. So this was very beneficial, and Tridip basically explained that everything you might want concerning to your room, he's there to help you. So basically, if you need some extra pillows, certain requests for maybe pillow menu, because this is one of the extras you have with this room, or extra towels, some sort of decoration if you might want to do in your room. Your room, by the way, comes equipped with a mini bar that was pre-stocked. So if you, for example, want to exchange certain offerings for something else, or have extra of those, you can ask your butler and they will make sure it's there for you. Now, not only that, but I, for example, you guys know me, I enjoy my espresso every morning when I wake up, and I don't like to go to public places to see people before I had my coffee. So your butler is there for that. If you want to leave your note for breakfast being delivered in a certain time, you can always give him or her the page with the information that you would like to be, the items you would like to be delivered. Or you can just call them once you wake up. Hi, I'm ready for my coffee, or whatever that might be, and they will make sure you get it. Now, I have to say that after 6 days, it took probably 1 day, maybe 2, for him to know exactly how I like it. because just for an example, one of my favorite things on Celebrity Cruises, and you guys have to try it, is pain au chocolat. And this is chocolate croissant that they make it here super, super fresh every single morning. Whether you're in a suites or not, you have to try it. It's really, really good. It's one of my favorites. So I asked him the first morning that I would like to have my double espresso, and if possible, 2 of those in 1 cup with pain au chocolat. And guess what? Every single morning, without me needing to repeat myself over and over again, that's what I got. So that was very, very nice, and I really appreciate this attention to details. It's very, very nice. So basically, to sum it up, Butler is there to make your trip very special, your stay here very personal. There are additional services that they can provide. I can't use them just because personally it's not my thing, but for example, they can help you with unpacking or packing your luggage. So again, if this is something you guys would like to experience, it's there for you. They're trained to do that. I'm sure it's professional and great. I can't say that this is my thing, so I did not use that service, unfortunately, but it's there for you if you need it. And if there's any questions, for example, that you ask your butler and they might need to contact, let's say, John, the concierge for you, or Dylan, the room attendant, but they will basically connect all those for you and make sure that you get either the answer or the service you asked for. So that's great. Now, of course, if you have during the day requests for room service and stuff like that, in the hours the butler is there, which is, I think it's until 9 p.m. Yes, it's until 9 p.m. So the butler will do it for you, and he or she will provide the service for you. After that, of course, you always have the room service team, and they will do that as well. Speaking about that, let me show you a few things. And your room comes with this folio. I'll show you this. Again, this, I'm not sure if the camera can show you this, but even the folio is pre-branded with this leaf for the retreat, so you feel special. Now, of course, this folio comes with some informational pages that you can basically, know what's included or not. So there's a list of those right here, and those will list for you what's included, or as they say, amenities and services that come with your suite. Now, speaking about that, this is something very different for the Sky Aqua Class suite. And again, as I mentioned before, this is a new-ish category for a suite. And because of that, there's a little bit difference from a Sky suites or other suites that might be even slightly higher, like the Celebrity suite. So one thing I learned is that the Aqua Class Sky suites actually come with a free room service. There is no extra charge for that breakfast we were talking about before. There is no extra charge for room service for dinner, lunch, or snacks, or anything you might want. So this is very, very, very nice benefit. You can, of course, do your math and see if this is something that actually worth for you or not. Some people use the service more and they actually been charged for that service. With the Aqua Class Sky Suite, this service is included. There is no extra charge for those. So that's very nice. Now, let's see. First of all, it says with the stuff that comes with your suites, we have exclusive places. And by those, they mean, first of all, you have the Michael's Club. And the Michael's Club is a personal escape with a gourmet bites and unlimited drinks. Now, talking about that, I have to say that I showed up in Michael's Club usually around, say, 11 a.m. and then probably around 6 p.m. Those were my hours. It was always empty. There was close to 0 guests next to me, which I personally really appreciated. It was an amazing experience of escaping the crowds and everything and just being there. There were always at least 2 people. One would be, of course, excuse me guys, John, who was the concierge, and there would be somebody in the bar, always to help you, of course, with your drinks, with anything you might want. There's also an espresso machine there for Lavazza pods, and there's also a very, I think it was Tivana teas, so more upscale tea options if you are a tea person instead of coffee. So there is that. Now, that being said, I know that they said that there's offerings of food there, and in the breakfast there's bites or something. I personally never saw the food offerings there, but again, it might be because I was showing up there in certain hours, and my hours, as I mentioned before, was around 11 o'clock a.m. and about 6 p.m. So yeah, now the second place will be your Lumine at the Retreat. Lumine is actually a specialty restaurant for the suite guest. And the way Celebrity Experiences explains is it's a private restaurant serving complimentary breakfast and dinner plus lunch on embarkation and sea days. Features signature dishes by Daniel Bilou. I've been to Lumine several times. Yes, it's a very personal, private place. I did enjoy most of the offerings. One thing I learned that the menu that you have on the bottom of the menu, there's always 3 courses, starter, main, and dessert, that actually are by Daniel Bilou. I tried 3 of them. Guys, amazing. It's incredible. I won't say what it was, just to keep the surprise there, but I was lucky enough to experience a high-end cuisine in my life. I would definitely order it again and again and again. Wonderful. The rest of the offerings, I don't know if it's actually, controlled by the chef himself, or there's a special just kitchen in Lumine for the suites. There were days when I was really impressed. There were days when I was not as much, but this is totally fine. It's a kitchen and it's catering to everybody's taste, so you can't always hit it. However, in general, and saying all about that, the service was incredible. The hosts were probably in the best thing about that restaurant. She was just amazing. The waiters really by day 2 know everything you like or dislike, the kind of water you like, where you prefer to sit. You never in line there, you just come and go as you wish. I never had to wait really for a table, so that was amazing. So all those lines you have for main dining or the chaos in the buffets, forget about that. This is your restaurants, this is your retreat, and this is your personal place to really, really enjoy your dinner the way all of us really like when we go to restaurants. So that's very nice. Now, the next chapter would be food and drinks. And of course, they list again the benefits you have, and you have of course the option, as mentioned, to dine in the Blue restaurant. Now, saying that, because you're Aqua Class Sky Suite, you have both options. So you can do the special restaurant for Lumine, but you can also do the Blue restaurant for the Aqua Class. So it's your choice. If you didn't find, for example, anything you like today in the Suites restaurant, you have the option to opt for the Blue restaurant. Or if you didn't like either, you can ask, for example, in either one of them, hey, I would like your menu, for example, let's say Blue, and I would like also some items from the main restaurant because I like today the menu there better. Or vice versa, I would like to be, for example, in Lumine and have something from the main dining just because I'm curious about it. I'm not 100% sure if you can order, let's say, I definitely know that you cannot order in Blue anything from Lumine, but I never tried to ask Lumine to bring anything from Blue. So that may be, guys, something for you to check. I don't know. Now, what else is there? You have unlimited premium drinks packages. So when you book the retreat, and it doesn't matter which category of the retreat, you basically have deluxe drink package all included, which is wonderful and great. But here comes the thing, and this is something I learned. So I originally booked the Aqua Class balcony room, and I basically bid it online with something that's called, I think it's called the Celebrity Move Up, and I bid it for the suites, and my bid actually won. So I didn't know that, and it's actually was not, clarified anywhere. But when you are doing those move up bids, there are some items that you don't get with your suite just because of the way it was booked. One of them is the unlimited drinks. So as long as you are in the Michael's Club, you can have the drinks, and those are included, no questions asked. However, when you are outside of Michael's Club, in the bars or by the pool or anywhere else, unfortunately, if your retreat experience was booked by bidding by the Celebrity Move Up, this will not be part of those benefits. So this is number one. Number two is the free internet. So you do get a free internet for every guest who is actually booked retreat from the beginning. However, once again, if you did the move up, if you bid for your retreat experience, there is no internet included. You will have to pay for that. Last but not least is the gratuities. Once again, if you book in retreat, those three are all included, and the gratuities are as well. If you're in a move-up option program, guess what? Those are not included and will be added daily to your bill. So this is just something to make sure, and do your math if it's worth for you or not. What else? Of course, they mentioned the complimentary minibar stocked with sodas, beer, an embarkation day, and water stocked daily. So yes, every day I received 4 bottles of water. There was also waters in my fridge. My butler was kind enough when I needed more of the kind of waters that I had in the fridge to bring them without any additional charge. I really appreciate that. But yes, in those suites, you're supposed to get one time fully pre-stocked minibar, and it's not going to be replenished other than the regular water every day. And yeah, this is something for you to enjoy. Now, in the Michaels Club, in addition to all that, there is also afternoon tea event hosted by the Michaels Club. So every day between, I think it's 3:30 and 4:30, they do afternoon tea with small bites and snacks. And again, because I've never been in those hours there, I never got to enjoy it, but it's there for you to have it. Now, as far as services goes, here we go. We have the dedicated butler service to assist you with everything you need, as mentioned before, including packing and unpacking, making spa appointments, and dining and shore excursion reservations. So yeah, here we go. We do also have the butler chat. So this is basically an option for you through your phone on the WhatsApp to text your butler and communicate with them. Basically, and guys, this is how I used it. For example, if you are, let's say, offshore, you're on your excursion or you're just exploring the sea, and there's something you would like for you to be waited for you in the room when you come back, you just text your butler on WhatsApp and they make it happen. It's incredible. You also have suite to car escort by your butler on private journey excursions. Again, did not experience that because I have never booked private excursion, and private excursion basically will be you one-on-one with either the driver or the tour guide, and you have a private excursion. If you have any of those pre-booked, the butler will escort you to the car to make sure you are there conveniently, so that's very nice. You have premium bath and body products crafted exclusively for the retreat. I have my thoughts about this because, to be honest, I stayed both in the concierge rooms and the aqua class rooms, not being a retreat. Those were exactly same bathroom amenities. So I'm not sure if they're just for the retreat, but this is my experience. Still good products though. Priority departure and embarkation on most destinations, including those that require tendering. So yeah, as simple as that. Reserved theater sittings on every chic nights. Yes, every night that you have basically what used to be called formal night, you have reserved sitting in the theater before the show starts, so that's very nice, you don't have to rush. And complimentary beach towel service, shoe shine service, use of an umbrella, and binoculars. So all those are something I have to say that I experienced before with my aqua class rooms as well as the concierge rooms. So I think that Celebrity's been generous to extend some of the suites benefits maybe to other categories of accommodation. But yeah, this is very nice to have. Now, as far as amenity goes, they say you have welcome bottle of bubbles, which I opted for the white wine, as I mentioned before, premium Wi-Fi package, which again, if I would pay the full price for the retreat, I would get it. Access to the spa's Persian gardens, you have that again as a Sky Aqua Class suite. This is one of the benefits. And you have premium Celebrity king-size cashmere mattresses with exclusive retreat bedding. I don't know if the bedding was branded exclusively for the retreat, because as many things I had in my room with this emblem for the retreat, my sheets did not. I was never missing those. But yeah, the bed is very, very comfortable. I have to say that every night I had an incredible night's sleep. You have a premium 100% cotton bath towels and bathrobes. And guys, about those. First of all, the bathrobes are to die for. You probably saw those when I toured the room for you. And the towels are normal, big size. So it's very, very nice to actually get out of the shower, being able to wrap yourself with a towel. And even if you're a bigger person, like myself, you actually have a big enough towel to wrap yourself around. This is very, very nice. And last but not least, you have the pillow menu. So if you prefer your memory foam pillow, stuff like that, ask your butler, there's options for that as well. So yeah, this sums up most of the things you get with a suite, so that's very nice. As far as the hours goes, the Michael's Club is basically opens for you 24 hours a day, and as a lounge. So you can always go there, enjoy the vibe and how it looks like. It's more of a, I call it the gentleman English style. Everything is dark wood, floor to ceiling, very, very nice. There's a small grand piano there. It's very nice and personal atmosphere. The beverage service there will be every day between 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. So it's pretty excessive the whole day, you know, it's very long. The morning bites, again, the one I never woke up for, it's between 7:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. So I guess that's the reason I never saw them, because I came around 11. And then you have the afternoon tea. Afternoon tea is between 3:30 and 4:30 p.m., except for the embarkation day. Again, because I came after 6 p.m., I never saw those. Evening bites between 5:30 p.m. and 8 p.m. Unfortunately, I have to say, did not see those. So Celebrity, just saying, I was never hungry, but it's just, you know. Concierge desk is open for you every day between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Again, 12 hours a day. Come on, I've been on other cruise lines where they have a few hours in the morning, for a few hours in the evening. You need to try catching them up. The person is there the whole day for you, and if he's not there, there will be somebody else to assist you. So this is very, very nice. Lumine at the retreat. The breakfast, excluding this debarkation day, is between 7:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. A little too early for me. The dinner is 5:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. And a lunch, again, just on the sea days, and the embarkation day is between 12 noon and 1:30 p.m. Reserved seating in the theaters, it will be either at 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. So it depends on the show you go, so you have that. And you have also, for example, for the 7-night cruise here, there were 2 special events at the retreat. So, for example, day number 3, we had the officer soiree at 5:30 p.m. And on day 6, yesterday, we had the royal, it was basically live music. So somebody actually came over, there was a piano player, it was very nice. Actually, more people just that one time when I saw, so that was very cute. So yeah, this was my experience. I have to say that on my personal feeling, this is something that's going to make me very, very hard to go back to the normal life, not being in a retreat, because I never had to face lines or calling front desk or stuff like that. You always have those 3 incredible people there to assist you. Does it worth it financially? It's a very good question, and there are aspects that we can't really, you know, monetize, such as feeling, or, you know, personal understanding of what I'm willing or not willing to pay for. If you're trying to get the best, you know, benefits for your money, I wouldn't say that doing the move up is the best way, simply because there's a few things that are not included by doing the move up, and it's the internet, it's the drinking package, it's the gratuities. Those will all add up in addition to what you already paid for your room and what you paid for the bed to be in the retreat. You would need probably to sum up and make your math and see if it's actually worth it for you. That being said, if I had the opportunity to do the retreat again every day, single time, I would say yes, because the experience was wonderful. One thing to know is that, as mentioned before, not all cruise ships, even in Celebrity, will have the same offerings. For example, Eclipse and her sister ships do not have, most of them still don't have dedicated area in the pool for the suite guest. So you still using the regular pool, which is great and everything in the solarium, but you don't have the retreat deck. And if this is something that's important to you, I would highly recommend checking it with the cruise ship or the person who booking your next cruise, if your cruise ship is actually equipped with that. That's number one. Number two is that the lounges are different, and I also learned it because I made a post before about the retreat a couple of months ago on Summit, and the lounge there apparently is not the Michael's Club. It's called the Retreat Lounge. Now, I'm not sure how different it is. It probably, you know, more or less about the same thing, but the Michael's Club is Michael's Club, the Retreat Lounge is Retreat Lounge. So the product, in my opinion, is still not fully consistent all across the company. I'm sure Royal Caribbean and Celebrity knows what they do, and they're probably working to improve that. But as of right now, I would highly recommend with your travel agent or whoever makes the booking for you, or if you do it by yourself on the website, what are the amenities and extras that are included with your ship. Yeah, so if you guys have, of course, any questions, requests, or anything you would like to check or say, I'm always happy to read your comments. It's always incredible. I want to, of course, as always, thank you for following, liking, sharing, and being part of my Living on the Hedge life. But until next time, I really enjoyed my retreat. I hope so you did as well. Until next time, I'm your Hedge.